Let's play out a fairly common scenario. Let's say you're driving home from work and you realize, ah shit, I don't have anything prepped for dinner. So what do? You pull through a drive-thru, maybe you go into Chipotle, and you end up spending like 10 bucks or so. You head home, you don't feel bad about it. $10. What's $10? Well, let's also say that you had Chipotle or a drive-thru for lunch that day as well, and maybe on your way to work you're doing the same thing. All of a sudden, that money starts adding up day over day over day when it becomes habit. And you may end up spending a lot more than you think. Speaking from personal experience, as a man that typically eats about 2 meals a day, I usually skip breakfast. One year, I ended up nearly spending $6,000 on fast food and quick service meals. $6,000. Now that's not even including going out to eat with my wife, and it's not even including what she eats during the day. That was all me! And not only was this habit draining my wallet dry, but it was killing my waistline.
He's still so fucking fat!
I'm working on it, okay? So Erica and I made a habit of trying to cook more, but with the busy schedules, you don't always have time to prep a meal and get everything ready every night, let alone prepping meals for the day like lunch, and it just gets hectic. But that's when we got reacquainted with one tool that has saved us not only a bunch of time, but thousands of dollars a year. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the slow cooker. Starting at less than $30 up front, you can get yourself a 4-quart slow cooker, and this thing does fucking wonders. With just a little bit of prep time and the turn of a knob, you go out to work for the day, you come home, your place is smelling amazing, and you have a delicious dinner waiting for you. And the bonus side to this, there will almost always be leftovers. And the amount of things you can make with the slow cooker is so high it may as well be limitless. It's basically all up to your imagination. Some of my favorite things to make would be beef stews, pot roasts, I make carnitas a lot, or barbecue pork. And then there's the added financial bonus of the fact that the slow cooker specializes in cooking cheap cuts of meat that require long, slow cooking times to break down all the connective tissue that would normally make it really chewy. So all you have to do to prepare meals for what could be weeks at a time is just go to the grocery store, pick up a bunch of stuff that you can reuse for different recipes, mostly potatoes, onions, garlic, and then any type of protein that you want. If you're a vegetarian, lots of options there too. I'm an omnivore, I embrace it. All right, just for some quick and easy examples on how much you can save, let's go to just Kroger.com real quick here. Kroger is a very big grocer chain here in America. I know they own a lot of different grocery chains that are regional, but right away I see 50 cents for a can of red kidney beans. Right there, that's the start to some chili. So let's see how much it would cost to make a big old 4-quart bowl of chili. So right there you got 50 cents for some red beans. Now if you're a diced tomato guy, you got 50 cents for a can of diced tomatoes right there. I can't imagine it's much more for a can of crushed tomatoes, but let's make sure. Or if you want a big old 28-ounce can, which you probably will, you'll probably want that and then a can of sauce. So I don't put water in my chili. Let's see, that's 89 cents, and then 15-ounce can, there we go, 29-ounce can of tomato sauce, 99 cents. $1. Let's check out some ground beef here. See, $5 a pound, it's not bad. 80% lean for less than $5 a pound. And you can get a little bit fattier for only $2 a pound down here. On sale, of course, but still. Beyond that, you'd want some onions. Big old 3-pound bag of yellow onions, less than $2. Now that 3-pound bag of onions, that'll work for you for a lot of other things as well. Like you'd probably use maybe 1 or 2 of those onions in this chili. Like that's the best thing about buying things like onions and garlic and potatoes. They can just go with so many different things. Same with those beans. You can make those beans into a lot of things. I'm just going with chili because I really like making chili. Let's try some canned corn. Canned corn is good in chili. Canned corn, you can get that for 59 cents a can. Probably only use 1 can. Or you can get a 4-pack for $2 there. Then of course you can gussy up your chili however you want. I mean, chili's one of those things that it's by the individual. Make it how you want. Get some peppers, get whatever the hell you want and throw it in there. Right now we're totaling less than $10 for this chili though so far. That's only with 1 pound of meat, granted, but still. And that 4 quarts of chili, that can probably last you a few days. At the very least it'll last you 2 or 3 meals. Get yourself a nice bowl for dinner. Pack yourself a bowl for lunch the next day. Dip some chips in it. Put it on a burger. Turn hot dog night into chili dog night. Here, let's take a look at an easy pot roast thing here. Let's go with brisket. Brisket, $39. $3 a pound at $39.68. That's like 13 pounds of brisket. Holy fuck. I mean, yeah, it would require a little bit of butchering. You can cut that up, though, and turn that into several different things. You can make a pot roast one night. You can make some slow cooker barbecue brisket by, like, pouring a little bit of barbecue sauce in there. I might have to go to the grocery store after this. But yeah, with 13 pounds of brisket, you could probably make meals for 2 weeks with just that cut of meat alone when you combine it with some onions and potatoes and whatever the hell else you want. So yeah, that's just a small example on how you can save on this stuff. And adding it to my grocery list. Also, briefly, while we're still on the topic of finances here, YouTube recently momentarily demonetized my channel. Everything got sorted out. I talked to some Google representatives, so did my network representatives at Screenwave Media. Those guys are awesome. Big shout out to my boy Paul. So everything there got settled out, but it did bring to light the fact that YouTube and its constantly changing policies on monetization, it left me a little shaken, I guess. So what I did is I went out and I opened up a Patreon account. It was something I was debating for this project because it's really going to help me bring on some editors to help me make more videos a week and let me spend more of my time with my family. And it has the added bonus of providing some financial stability should YouTube go all tumultuous again, as it likes to do. So if you want to support me and this project, feel free to head over there. But I want to give this one disclaimer real quick. Please do not donate a single solitary red cent if you are not taking care of yourself first. Please make sure that your bills are paid, that you're saving stuff for your future, and that everything is going great for you before you even think about donating anything to me. I greatly appreciate and understand anybody who wants to support me but can't. Please take care of yourselves first. Just by showing up to watch this video or going to watch any of my other videos or hanging out with me over on Team 4-Star or Stream 4-Star or over on my Twitch chat or following me on any of my social medias. All of those things help me out so much already, and if you decide to go above and beyond, I can only say thank you so much. And for sticking through the video this far, here's a quick bonus. My personal favorite pot roast recipe for slow cooking. You want to start with a big old chuck roast, and you're going to want to put some salt and pepper on each of those sides, and I usually like to dust on a little bit of cayenne. And before you throw it in the slow cooker, you're going to want to sear the sides in a nice ripping hot pan. I know you don't always have the time to do this every day, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. It gives a delicious texture to the outside, as well as keeps a lot of those juices on the inside. It keeps it nice and juicy. So after you got it all nice and browned on each side, you're going to throw it in the slow cooker. And what I usually throw in there is I usually have a couple handfuls of baby carrots. I'd say somewhere between 12 and 20. I usually quarter up a bunch of Yukon Gold or red potatoes. I'd say usually about 3 or 4 of them. 2/4 of an onion. I usually cut the onion in half, then I cut that half in half, then I split those pieces up and just kind of sprinkle it around the bowl there. And on top there, you see another sprinkling of salt, pepper, cayenne, and I like to add some brown sugar to this. It really sweetens up the whole thing, kind of ties it all together, and it makes this delicious sort of juicy au jus gravy that goes with it. Just click it on low, leave it in there for about 6 to 8 hours. If you have time during the day, try to get home and flip it over once. That way the juices will be going in all sides and everything will be all nice and flavored. But if you can't, it's no big deal. It still comes out great. Now this meal here will easily feed Erica and myself, and will leave us a bunch of leftovers. And if you want to talk about something delicious to have for lunch the next day, a nice pot roast sandwich with some mashed slow-cooked potatoes on the bread with a side of this delicious au jus. Oh my god, I need to make it now. And it's not just sandwiches. You can reuse this stuff, like turning some of this leftover pot roast, throwing some of that meat into a stew or into a soup. It's all so easy to reintroduce into something else. In the comments below, feel free to throw in your favorite slow cooker recipe. I would love to try it. And while you're down there, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did and you think somebody else could use this tip, feel free to share that out to them. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, with that, this is the part of the video where things start popping up around me and you can click on them to travel to new and exciting videos, or actually they're almost all certainly old. Actually, no, that's not necessarily the case. This could be, I mean, they're old to me, but maybe they're new to you, or maybe they're new to me because I'm recording this now and then videos in the future might pop up here. Oh boy. I'm in a pocket of time.